Tim is off on a search to rescue the princess. She has been snatched by a horrible and evil monster. This happened because Tim made a mistake. Not just one. He made many mistakes during the time they spent together all those years ago. Memories of their relationship have become muddled, replaced wholesale, but one remains clear. The princess turning away sharply, her braid lashing at him with contempt.
There you are. Where have you been?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? Okay, where have you been? You're obviously not here.
I've been here the whole time.
No, you haven't, okay? You haven't been here in the morning, you haven't been here in the evening, you haven't been here at all when I've needed you.
I'm not even real, Tim!
Well, it sure doesn't seem like it.
He knows she tried to be forgiving, but who can just shrug away a guilty lie? A stab in the back. The princess's eyes grew narrower. She became more distant. All those years ago, time had left the princess behind. He had kissed her on the neck, picked up his travel bag, and walked out the door. He regrets this, to a degree. Now he's journeying to find her again, to show her he knows how sad it was, but also to tell her how good it was. For a long time, he thought he had been cultivating the perfect relationship. He had been fiercely protective, reversing all of his mistakes so they would not touch her. Likewise, keeping a tight rein on her own mistakes. She always pleased him. But to be fully couched within the comfort of a friend is a mode of existence with severe implications. To please you perfectly, she must understand you perfectly. Thus, you cannot defy her expectations or escape her reach. Off in the distance, Tim saw a castle where the flags flutter even when the wind has expired, and the bread in the kitchen is always warm. A little bit of magic. He felt on his trip that every place stirs up an emotion, and every emotion evokes a memory, a time and location. So couldn't he find the princess now, tonight, just by wandering from place to place and noticing how he feels? A trail of feelings, of awe and inspiration should lead him to that castle in the future. Her arms enclosing him, her scent fills him with excitement, creates a moment so strong he can remember it in the past. Tim and the princess used to lounge in the castle garden, laughing together, giving names to the colorful birds. Their mistakes are hidden from each other, tucked away between the folds of time. Safe. She never understood the impulses that drove him, never quite felt the intensity that, over time, chiseled lines into his face. She never quite felt close enough to him. But he held her as though she were, whispered into her ear words that only a soulmate should receive. Over the remnants of dinner, they both knew the time had come. He would have said,
I have to go find the princess.
but he didn't need to. Giving a final kiss, hoisting a travel bag to his shoulder, he walked out the door. Through all the nights that followed, she still loved him as though he stayed, to comfort her and protect her. Princess be damned. Perhaps, in a perfect world, a ring would be a symbol of happiness. It's a sign of ceaseless devotion. Even if he will never find the princess, he will always be trying. He still will wear the ring. But the ring makes its presence known. It shines out to others like a beacon of warning. It makes people slow to approach. Tim begins to hide the ring in his pocket, but he can hardly bear it. Too long tucked away, that part of him might suffocate. People like Tim seem to live oppositely from the other residents of the city. Tide and riptide flowing against each other. Tim wants, like nothing else, to find the princess, to know her at last. For Tim, this would be momentous, sparking an intense light that embraces the world, a light that reveals the secrets long kept from us, that illuminates or materializes, a final palace where we can exist in peace.
I love you so much. Please don't go. Please don't go.
The boy called for the girl to follow him, and he took her hand. He would protect her. They would make their way through this oppressive castle, fighting off the creatures made of smoke and doubt, escaping to a life of freedom. The boy wanted to protect the girl. He was searching for the princess, and he would not stop until he found her. He cannot say he has understood all of this. Possibly he's more confused now than ever. But all these moments he's contemplated, something has occurred.
Where are you?
The moments feel substantial in his mind,
You have to be real.
like stones.
You have to be real.
Kneeling, reaching down toward the closest one, running his hand across it, he finds it smooth and slightly cold.
The princess is in another castle.
He tests the stone's weight. He finds he can lift it, and others too. He can fit them together to create a foundation, an embankment, a castle.
The princess is in another castle.
To build a castle of appropriate size, he will need a great many stones. But what he's got now feels like an acceptable start.